The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him. Niccolo Machiavelli, you've been underestimated, dismissed, written off as weak, unworthy, or inconsequential. But what they fail to see is that every slight, every insult, every moment of betrayal is not a wound. It's a weapon forged in the crucible of your mind, sharpened by your will, and aimed at those who dare to challenge your sovereignty. The true enemy is not always visible. It lurks in the shadows of complacency, in the whispers of doubt, and in the faces of those who pretend to be allies. These are the invisible predators, the ones who wear masks of friendship while plotting your downfall. Recognizing them is your first act of war. Every moment of betrayal is a battlefield. The sting of a broken promise, the coldness of a turned back, these are not signs of weakness. They are signals that the war has begun, and you must fight, not with rage, but with strategy. Your response must be calculated, deliberate, and decisive. Transform emotional pain into tactical advantage. Do not let it consume you. Let it fuel you. Channel that energy into honing your mind, fortifying your resolve, and sharpening your instincts. Every insult is a lesson, every betrayal a stepping stone to greater power. They will never cross you again, not because you seek revenge, but because you have become untouchable. Your mind is a fortress, your will an impenetrable wall. You are the lion in the shadows, the master of the game, and the ruler of your destiny. I am untouchable. The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him. Every mind is a kingdom, and every thought is a soldier. You are seated on the throne of your own consciousness, but no throne is secure without vigilance. Every decision, every fleeting impulse, every whisper of doubt is a potential invader ready to siege your crown if left unchecked. Your mind is the battlefield where the war for your destiny begins, and control here is absolute control over every realm of your life. Your thoughts are your army. Each one must be trained, disciplined, and loyal. A single wandering idea, an unchecked doubt, can cascade into chaos. Like generals commanding legions, you must assign purpose and strategy to each fragment of your consciousness. Do not allow idleness to plant spies in your ranks. Cultivate awareness, sharpen focus, and issue orders with precision. This is the rule of sovereign thoughts. Dominate them, or they will dominate you. Your mental walls must be fortified. The world is relentless, filled with manipulators and opportunists waiting for the gates of your mind to crack. Opinions, criticisms, and distractions strike like arrows against the ramparts. Do not let them pierce your defenses. Build layers of reason, self-discipline, and clarity so that no intrusion goes unnoticed. Protect your throne as a fortress. Emotional invaders must fall at the drawbridge before reaching the inner sanctum. Command the inner court. Within you, a council of impulses, instincts, and memories waits for direction. They are neither loyal nor treacherous until you give them a purpose. Align your subconscious generals to execute your will flawlessly. Condition your fears to act as scouts, your desires as cavalry, your focus as the elite guard. Every corner of your mental kingdom must obey your strategy, moving in perfect formation toward your objectives. Imagine a single lapse, a distracted thought, a reactive emotion, a fleeting fear. One misstep, and the enemy within can rally, infiltrate, and overthrow your throne. Every decision without control becomes a vulnerability, every unchecked desire a saboteur. The cost of failure here is immeasurable. Wasted potential, lost opportunities, and a life dictated by forces outside your command. But mastery of your mind transforms ordinary existence into a campaign of unstoppable influence, a chessboard where every piece follows your design. In practical terms, this means sculpting your routines, choosing your company carefully, and training your mind in deliberate reflection and meditation. It means pausing before reaction, observing before judgment, and speaking only when your voice strengthens your position. The mind as throne is not a metaphor, it is the literal command center from which all power radiates. Neglect it, and your enemies exploit it. Protect it, and you become untouchable, a ruler who dictates terms, not circumstances. The throne of your mind is your legacy. Guard it, train it, and dominate it. Every thought is a loyal soldier. Every reflection a strategic maneuver. Every focus a victory declared before the battle begins. Fail to command your mental kingdom, and life becomes a siege without end. Master it, and your influence spreads like an empire unconquered. Every action reinforced by the strength of disciplined thought. I rule my mind. None can overthrow me. Whosoever desires constant success must change his conduct with the times. The day begins before the world even stirs. While others linger in slumber, you rise as a general inspecting your battlefield, your first victory claimed in the silence of dawn. The morning is not just ours, it is territory. Conquer it, and the rest of the day bows to your command. Fail here, and you fight a battle already lost, scrambling against the momentum of forces you could have anticipated. Seize the dawn. This is your moment to sharpen your mind, to align your senses, to position every intention like troops ready for war. Meditation, planning, and strategic movement in these first hours amplify your focus. Your brain, free from the clutter of obligations and distractions, becomes a weapon honed for precision. Think of the CEOs who rise at 4 a.m., the athletes who train before sunrise, the soldiers who march before the sun climbs. This is the pattern of mastery repeated across time. Early hours are a tactical advantage you cannot afford to surrender. Strike preemptively. Challenges, threats, and interruptions lie in wait for those who delay. By acting before the world asserts itself, you seize the initiative. Responding to crises after they appear is reactive. It is weakness dressed as action. Command your day as a battlefield commander deploys his scouts before the enemy advances. Anticipate the emails, the meetings, the distractions. Prepare your strategies before they arise, and you will never be caught off guard. Let your foresight be your armor, and your strike be precise. Discipline is your shield. Chaos seeks the unprepared mind, and destruction prowls for the undisciplined. Routine is not monotony, it is protective steel. Forged in the fire of commitment, every repeated action, every controlled habit reinforces your mental walls. By walking the same path of preparation each morning, you build a fortress no circumstance can breach. The world may throw storms of obligation, waves of uncertainty, and tides of pressure at you, but your armor holds your rhythm unbroken. Imagine the alternative: a day surrendered to sluggishness, reactive decisions, and emotional volatility. Every mismanaged morning compounds, creating a cascade of lost opportunities. The cost is subtle at first, invisible as entropy seeps into your life. But soon weakness manifests, focus slips, confidence falters, and enemies sense your disarray. Mastery of morning, however, ensures dominance over not just hours, but over events, over people, over yourself. Your dawn is the command post. From it, you orchestrate strategy, energy, and purpose. It is the launch pad of power, the forge where your mind and will are tempered before the day strikes. Guard it, train it, exploit it. Let no triviality, no lethargy, no distraction encroach on these first hours. By controlling the morning, you control the momentum of life itself. Rise with intent. Move with precision. Own your hours as if they were territories won in blood and strategy. Let your morning announce to the world, you are a commander, you are prepared, you are untouchable. I dominate the dawn, the day obeys me. It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both. Stillness is your fiercest weapon. While the world thrashes in noise, reaction and impulse, you stand like a predator at the edge of the jungle, silent, calculating, lethal. Every movement you resist, every reaction you withhold, becomes a stored arrow in your quiver, ready to strike with precision when the moment demands. To master stillness is to master the battlefield of life itself. Pause before the attack. Impulse is the enemy of strategy. Those who charge headlong into conflict reveal their patterns, expose their weaknesses, and hand the advantage to anyone who watches closely. Patience transforms chaos into predictability. By holding your position, you force your adversary to move first, to show their hand, to stumble into the trap you have already set. Do not rush. Let the world reveal its secrets, while you remain a silent observer, a shadow calculating the perfect strike. Observation is power. The aggressive, the loud, the restless. They miss the subtleties. They overlook the shifts in alliances, the glances that betray intent, the small details that signal impending danger. You, in stillness, perceive everything. You see the cracks forming in your opponent's armor before they even notice. You sense the currents of opportunity, the weaknesses in routine, the moments where inaction becomes the most decisive action of all. Watch, listen, understand. Knowledge gained in quiet is strength wielded in certainty. Energy conservation is mastery. Every motion expended without purpose weakens you. Every word spoken without calculation, every impulse acted upon hastily, drains the reserves that will win the war when the stakes are highest. Stillness stores strength. It collects it, refines it, concentrates it into a weapon far more powerful than brute force or unplanned aggression. When the moment comes to move, to act, to strike, your stored energy erupts with unstoppable force. Your enemies will be left staggering, unprepared for the precision and intensity of your response. Imagine the alternative: constant motion, frantic reaction, scattered focus. Weakness multiplies, mistakes compound, opportunities slip through trembling fingers. Those who never master stillness fight wars they cannot win. But those who harness it, those who wait, watch and conserve, dominate. Their opponents stumble into traps, miscalculate under pressure, and fall before the measured strike of a mind trained in patience. Stillness becomes a shield and a sword simultaneously. You must learn to control yourself before controlling the world. Let your body and mind move only when it serves your strategy. Let your silence speak louder than noise. Let your restraint become a weapon, so refined that when you finally act, no one can withstand you. Every pause, every watchful moment, every withheld impulse is another stone added to the fortress of your power. Stand unshaken. Observe relentlessly. Conserve mercilessly. Let the world rush. Let the world shout. Let the world waste its energy. You are stillness incarnate, a predator unseen, unstoppable, and inevitable. I strike from stillness. None survive my patience. Men in general judge more from appearances than from reality. All men have eyes, but few have the gift of penetration. Weakness in your ranks is poison. Every relationship, habit, or fear that saps your energy chips away at your throne. You cannot tolerate softness where steel is required. Ruthless elimination is not cruelty, it is survival. To rule yourself and your world, you must remove anything that compromises your power without hesitation, without remorse, and without delay. Identify the dead weight. Look at your life as a battlefield. Which alliances slow your advance? Which habits drain your strength? which fears whisper cowardice into your ear when boldness is required. These are the traitors hiding in plain sight, friends who envy, colleagues who sabotage, routines that numb you. Each is a liability. Cut them, sever what weakens you. Every moment you hesitate, they gain leverage, undermining your progress, whispering doubt, stealing victories meant for you. Act swiftly and with precision. Hesitation is fatal. In war, a commander who pauses while enemies maneuver falls to the ground first. So it is in life. Every delay is a gift to those who would see you fail. Evaluate quickly, decide decisively, and execute with surgical accuracy. Remove distractions, restructure priorities, and eliminate obstacles before they have time to regroup. The universe does not reward the timid. Fortune favors the bold, the prepared, and the merciless in action. Understand the cost of mercy. Compassion is not weakness, but misplaced mercy is. Those who betray, manipulate, or stagnate must not be coddled. To let them linger is to invite treachery, distraction, and mediocrity into your kingdom. Empathy for the unworthy is a luxury you cannot afford. Be firm, be precise, and let your standards be absolute. Your throne is not a charity. It is a fortress of dominance, where only the loyal, the disciplined, and the strong may stand beside you. Imagine the alternative. Indecision allows parasites to thrive. Hesitation invites chaos. Misplaced kindness erodes authority. Every uncut tie, every tolerated distraction, every unchecked fear accumulates into a siege against your life. Stealthy but inevitable, ruthless elimination ensures clarity, strength, and momentum. Each removal is not loss, it is purification, making space for power, focus, and progress to flourish. Your life is your battlefield. Your throne demands vigilance. Your crown exacts obedience, first from yourself. Identify what weakens, act without delay, and refuse mercy where it is undeserved. Let your decisiveness become a weapon, your ruthlessness a shield, your elimination a statement that nothing will stand between you and your destiny. Cut decisively, strike with precision, leave no space for compromise where strength is required. Those who remain in your presence must enhance your power or be removed. Nothing weaker than your throne should endure. I remove all that weakens me. My throne stands unchallenged. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. Power begins with perception. The mask you wear is your first weapon, the armor that shapes how the world responds to you. Command is not demanded through noise or brute strength alone. It is projected through every gesture, every glance, every controlled expression. Your face, your posture, your tone, they are tools of authority, and mastery over them is mastery over those who observe. Control your expression. Emotions are the currency of influence. A fleeting anger, a nervous glance, or a tremor in your voice signals weakness that rivals will exploit. Reveal only what strengthens your position. Let confidence be your standard, patience your shield, and calm your sword. Every interaction becomes a battlefield where your composure dictates the terms. Others act impulsively. You act with calculated precision. The world reacts to the image you project before it ever contemplates your true intent. Charisma is armor. Presence commands more than force ever could. Leaders throughout history, Julius Caesar, Napoleon, and more, understood that attention and respect are one in the room before words are spoken. Walk as if your throne is always behind you. Speak as if your commands echo long after you leave. Let your presence alone shape decisions, bend allegiances, and silence dissent. Your charisma is a fortress that protects your power and projects it across every encounter. Balance fear and admiration. Intimidation without inspiration breeds rebellion. Admiration without authority invites disrespect. The art of the mask is knowing when to show the sharp edge and when to reveal the light. Let those who follow you feel safety in your guidance and trepidation in your judgment. Let respect be your currency, fear your deterrent, and loyalty the outcome. Every interaction becomes a calculated exchange where obedience is earned through perception, not coerced through weakness. Consider the cost of neglecting your mask. Unchecked expressions reveal vulnerability. Absent presence invites defiance. Imbalance between fear and admiration fosters mutiny. Power, once undermined by mismanaged perception, collapses faster than armies in disarray. But mastery of your mask ensures that even before you act, the world bends to your rhythm, your will, your strategy. Project strength. Reveal control. Inspire awe. Balance intimidation with respect. Your mask is not deception, it is strategy, a tool that converts perception into obedience and observation into loyalty. Through it, your throne is unshakable, your influence undeniable. I command through presence. My mask is my power. He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command himself. Your greatest enemy lives within. The battlefield of the mind is littered with traps set by your own fears, doubts, and impulses. Mastery begins with turning your subconscious into an ally, training it to strike first, neutralize threats, and enforce your will before the world even presents a challenge. You are not only a commander of action, you are the assassin lurking inside your own mind, precise, relentless, inevitable. Neutralize self-sabotage. Every habit of hesitation, every mental loop of fear, every thought that whispers defeat is a potential assassin lying in wait. Recognize these patterns and strike them down before they manifest into action. Like a general eliminating traitors within the ranks, you must root out the impulses that would undermine your mission. Stop allowing doubt to dictate your steps. The mind that tolerates self-sabotage becomes the first casualty in every campaign, long before the enemy appears. Launch targeted mental strikes. Condition your reactions as weapons. Every impulse, every emotion, every reflex can be sharpened to serve strategy. When provoked, you respond with precision. When challenged, you act with calculation. Train your inner mind to anticipate, to preempt, to neutralize obstacles before they arise. Every thought becomes a soldier, every reaction a tactical maneuver, every instinct a blade honed to perfection. Your subconscious is no longer passive. It is an assassin executing your will with lethal efficiency. Practice preemptive discipline. Doubt and indecision are stealthy enemies. They creep in before sunrise, weakening resolve and sapping energy. By instilling discipline in advance through rituals, mental rehearsals, and constant awareness, you strike at uncertainty before it gathers strength. Silence the inner critic, fortify your focus, and prepare for every challenge before it arrives. This is preemptive warfare within yourself, turning potential chaos into controlled power. Consider the consequences of neglect. Hesitation in thought becomes hesitation in action. Self-doubt becomes opportunity for rivals. Untrained impulses become a chain that drags you into failure. But an inner assassin is unseen, silent, and deadly. Every mental strike executed with precision removes obstacles before they can appear. Every ounce of internal discipline multiplies external dominance. The battlefield outside is only as dangerous as the battlefield within. You must take absolute control. Identify your weaknesses, neutralize them, and train your subconscious to act with lethal intent. Let doubt die before it speaks. Let hesitation fall before it moves. Let fear collapse before it gains momentum. Your inner assassin does not sleep. It does not hesitate. It ensures victory before the first battle is even joined. Train the assassin within. No threat survives my mind. Men rise to power not by denying their nature, but by mastering it. Inside you is a wolf, untamed, fierce, relentless. It hungers for dominance, for recognition, for victory. Left unchecked, it devours indiscriminately, wasting energy on petty battles, fleeting passions, and meaningless skirmishes. To survive, to conquer, you must feed the wolf with precision, controlling its appetite, channeling its aggression, and directing its instincts toward battles that matter. Harness your anger. Rage is a raw fire that, when uncontrolled, burns your bridges and blinds your judgment. But channeled, it becomes molten steel, a force that cuts through opposition, fear, and hesitation. Transform every insult, every slight, every injustice into calculated power. Let fury sharpen your focus, intensify your discipline, and propel your strategy. Do not allow emotion to scatter your resources. Instead, forge it into fuel that strengthens your dominance. Desire must be selective. Every instinct, every hunger, every ambition demands direction. You cannot fight every war, chase every prize, or indulge every craving. Choose your targets with ruthless clarity. Invest your energy only where victory shifts the balance of power. Let every act of ambition be deliberate, every surge of drive purposeful. A wolf that chases every shadow starves. A wolf that hunts strategically feasts. Your goals are your prey. Focus relentlessly until they fall. Treat your survival instinct as an ally, not a liability. The primal urge to fight, to conquer, to endure is encoded in your biology for one reason: advantage. When mastered, it becomes a strategic weapon. It signals danger, energizes your movements, and forces you to act before others realize the battlefield has shifted. Do not suppress it, train it, refine it. Let your instincts operate under the command of your mind, transforming natural aggression into tactical dominance. Consider the cost of ignoring the wolf within. Scattered energy, wasted emotion, lost opportunities, and a hunger that devours your potential from the inside. But those who feed it wisely, direct it with intent, and master its power become predators in every arena of life. They move with lethal grace, strike with precision, and survive where others falter. Control hunger, direct the fire, align instinct with strategy. Let the wolf within drive you forward with disciplined ferocity. Every moment you feed it with purpose, you amplify your power, sharpen your focus, and extend your reach over the territories that matter most. Feed the wolf wisely, let instinct obey strategy. Men in power are like chess players. Foresight wins where force fails. Life is a board, vast and unyielding, each square representing a decision, a relationship, a chance. Every move you make echoes across the battlefield, shaping outcomes you may not yet see. Those who act without strategy are pieces pushed by circumstance. Those who anticipate, plan, and calculate become masters of the game itself. To dominate, you must see the board before it sees you. Predict your opponent's moves. Every rival, every competitor, every skeptic has patterns, weaknesses, and desires. Study them, anticipating their actions as a grandmaster foresees every combination. By understanding their motives and timing, you position yourself to strike decisively or evade disaster before it arrives. Awareness is not passive, it is active preparation. The more you perceive, the less the world surprises you. Your foresight becomes your shield and your weapon. Sacrifice for victory. Every great strategist knows that some pieces must fall to protect the king. Temporary setbacks are not failures, they are investments in dominance. Let go of distractions, unworthy alliances, and minor attachments. Abandon the immediate thrill for the ultimate conquest. Every deliberate sacrifice strengthens your position, consolidates power, and opens paths others cannot see. The cost is pain, yes, but the reward is sovereignty over the board itself, position over impulse. Strength alone cannot win battles. Placement determines power. Know when to advance, when to retreat, and when to hold. Align your actions with long-term strategy rather than fleeting desire. Every relationship you nurture, every opportunity you seize, every risk you calculate is a positioning move that compounds over time. Impulses will tempt you into reckless action, but discipline in placement secures enduring influence. Neglect the board, and the consequences are swift. Missed opportunities, unforeseen attacks, alliances betrayed, and your power scattered like fallen pieces. Master the board, and you control the flow of life itself. Every action becomes deliberate, every move calculated, every consequence anticipated. You act not as a pawn, but as the player who commands the entire game. See the board, predict the moves, sacrifice with purpose, place with strategy. Let foresight dictate your actions, and let every decision extend your reach across the battlefield of life. Your influence is not inherited, it is constructed, square by square, move by move, with the precision of a master. I see the board. I control the game. Men who cannot control themselves are controlled by everything around them. Each morning, as the world drifts in half-light, you step onto the anvil of your own making. Your mind is the steel, your rituals the hammer. Discipline is not a suggestion, it is the forge where weakness is burned away and strength becomes permanent. Every repeated motion, every carefully chosen action, compounds into unbreakable resilience. This is the war within, waged daily, shaping you into an unstoppable force before the day even begins. Routine is your weapon. The small, consistent acts, rising before the sun, focusing on priority tasks, holding yourself to standards others abandon, are the drills of soldiers before battle. With each repetition, your body and mind internalize precision, turning intention into instinct. What once required effort now becomes automatic. What once tempted hesitation now yields to automatic execution. Discipline in the mundane builds dominance in the extraordinary. Enduring pain is to your advantage. Discomfort is not a threat, it is a test, a proving ground for the relentless. You embrace the cold, the exhaustion, the moments when every instinct screams to quit. While others flee the struggle, you endure. While others crumble under pressure, you persist. Each trial, each strain of effort, is a spark that tempers your resolve. Pain becomes a tool, pain becomes a teacher, pain becomes the secret your competitors will never understand. Mental conditioning is your shield and your spear. Focus is sharpened like a blade. Patience becomes the armor that deflects impulsive error. You train your mind to remain unwavering under chaos, to calculate while others panic, to act while others falter. The battlefield is not just outside, it is within. Master your attention, silence distraction, and every challenge becomes predictable. Your enemies may strike, but you are already prepared. You are relentless because you are conditioned, disciplined, and forged. Neglect the ritual, and weakness spreads like rust. Missed practice, unheeded effort, fleeting focus, they corrode the foundation of power. But each day you commit, each moment you endure, each act of mental control compounds. You become a force that moves through chaos unshaken, a presence that commands without demand, a predator whose patience makes victory inevitable. Forge your mind, train your will, endure what others avoid. Let every repetition, every struggle, every moment of deliberate effort make you unstoppable. Your routine is not mere habit. It is the hammer that shapes you into steel, the weapon that ensures no assault can break you, the ritual that transforms mortal resolve into legendary domination. I am steel, nothing bends me. He who is wise avoids the traps that others eagerly walk into. You stand on the edge of mastery, a fortress built from every battle fought, every weakness conquered, every lesson absorbed. To be untouchable is not arrogance. It is sovereignty. It is the place where no one can sway your will, no voice can dilute your power, and no circumstance can diminish your presence. You are the storm that others fear, even before it strikes. Invisible authority is your first weapon. You command without announcing, you lead without seeking applause. Your decisions ripple through the room, through networks, through life itself, and others bend not because they are forced, but because they perceive the inevitability of your presence. Influence is earned silently. Recognition is irrelevant. Let your actions be the drumbeat that signals control, the quiet signal that your authority needs no validation. Unassailable confidence is your armor. You walk into every interaction as if the world itself answers to your presence. Aggression meets resistance before it lands. Challenges falter when met with composed decisiveness. Your aura is a shield, and a warning. To test you is to court failure. Every gesture, every word, every pause conveys certainty. Confidence is not learned from flattery. It is forged from preparation, mastery, and relentless self-discipline. Radiate it, and others will hesitate even to oppose you. Strategic isolation is your final edge. Detach from those who drain, distract, or dilute your power. Toxicity is a battlefield, and engagement without purpose is surrender. Yet isolation does not mean irrelevance. From this elevated position, you act with clarity, vision, and impact. You strike only when necessary, your moves calculated, precise, unassailable. By stepping away, you control the pace, the narrative, and the flow of influence. You make your scarcity a weapon, your detachment a tool that amplifies your presence rather than diminishes it. The untouchable mind is relentless, yet measured. It does not seek confrontation, but it does not fear it. It does not crave attention, yet it commands it. It does not rely on others, yet it affects all. Every choice, every silence, every calculated move strengthens your autonomy. You are both the apex predator and the unassailable throne. Build your invisible authority. Radiate confidence that cannot be shaken. Detach strategically to magnify your influence. Let no one determine your value, dictate your actions, or manipulate your reactions. Your power is internal, absolute, and untouchable. I am sovereign, none can reach me. He who wishes to be obeyed must know how to command. The throne is not granted, it is forged. It is carved from relentless discipline, tempered by fire, and hammered in the furnace of trials. Every lesson you have absorbed, every strategy you have executed, every enemy you have faced converges here in this final crucible of mastery. You are no longer merely a player in the game of life. You are the apex predator, the unchallenged sovereign, the untouchable force that moves with purpose, precision, and power. Your mind is a fortress, impregnable and unshakable. Sovereign thoughts guide every decision, every motion, every strike. You have trained your inner court. Your subconscious obeys without hesitation. Chaos and distraction falter at the gate, unable to breach the walls you have erected. Mental mastery becomes physical dominance. You move like a predator, whose every step is deliberate, whose every muscle obeys the silent command of strategy. Emotional storms pass over you without leaving a trace. You are calm in the eye of the storm, poised to strike when opportunity presents itself. Ruthless when hesitation would mean defeat. The battlefield of life bends to your preparation. Every enemy becomes a lesson, every challenge a blueprint for victory. Fear, doubt, and weakness are nothing more than tools to sharpen your instincts, to forge resilience that cannot be broken. You have learned to anticipate, to strike with preemptive precision, to remove all that stands in your path, relationships that drain, habits that weaken, distractions that cloud judgment. All are eliminated without hesitation. You move through the world untouchable because you have eliminated the vulnerabilities that betray others. Every scar, every hardship, every setback has been absorbed, transformed into strength, a step on the path to invincibility. The ultimate transformation is complete. Pain is no longer an enemy but a sculptor, carving your identity with exacting precision. Patience is your weapon, each moment of stillness a prelude to decisive action. Ruthlessness is the forge where mercy becomes a tool rather than a weakness. You are no longer reacting, you are dictating the rhythm of life. Others follow, not because they must, but because they perceive the inevitability of your dominion. Your presence is authority. Your gaze is commanding. Your silence is a warning. You are predator and king, strategist and warrior, untouchable in mind, body, and will. Forge your mind into a fortress. Train your body to obey without hesitation. Strike with precision. Remove weakness without mercy, and absorb every lesson life delivers. Let pain, patience, and ruthlessness shape you into a force that cannot be denied, outlasted, or overpowered. Every action, every thought, every breath must reinforce your throne, solidifying the identity of one who is untouchable. I am predator. I am king. None can challenge me. He who controls himself controls the world. Your legacy is not written by chance, by the opinions of others, or by the fleeting tides of fortune. It is forged in the crucible of deliberate action, tempered by discipline, and guarded by relentless self-mastery. Every decision, every movement, every thought is a brushstroke, painting the empire of your life. You are both the architect and the sovereign of this realm. Your power begins and ends with your ownership of yourself. Own your actions. Accept victory without arrogance and defeat without excuse. Every triumph is a testament to your preparation. Every failure a lesson sharpened into strategy. Weakness has no place in the mind that rules itself. Stop shifting blame. Stop surrendering agency. Every choice you make either fortifies your throne or exposes you to vulnerability. Sovereignty demands accountability. Hesitation invites subjugation. Do not merely react, decide, act, and own the consequences without compromise. Daily recommitment is the forge where resilience is hardened. Rituals are not trivial. They are the scaffolding of power, the morning seized, the discipline honed, the mind sharpened. These are the repeated strokes that shape your dominance. Each day you reinforce the fortress of your will. Each day you silence doubt before it can rise. The throne is maintained in repetition, in focus, in the unyielding pursuit of mastery. Neglect even once, and the cracks begin to form. Vigilance must be perpetual. Your mantra of power becomes your mental armor. Speak it, hear it, embody it. I am sovereign. I am untouchable. I command my world. Let it echo in moments of hesitation, in the face of betrayal, when fatigue whispers surrender. It is the signal to your mind, your body, your instincts, that you are unassailable, that every step you take is premeditated, every strike calculated. This is no idle thought. It is a declaration of war against weakness, a covenant with your own dominance. Command your legacy. Take responsibility for your empire of self. Reinforce your rituals, sharpen your focus, and act with the precision of one who knows that life yields only to the relentless. Every day, every action, every choice is either cementing your throne or eroding it. Refuse to be passive, refuse to be predictable, stand as the sovereign of your mind, the general of your body, the predator of your opportunities. I am sovereign, I am untouchable, I command my world.